Counterattacks, a shot that can be really beautiful and effective if used correctly, but it is so hard to hit if you do it in the wrong way. Here is 6 reasons why you miss your counterattacks. We start out with the first reason, and this one is probably the easiest to change, and it's actually so meaningless and stupid to do this mistake, and it's to use too much power. The reason why using too much power in a counterattack is such a mistake is that it already exists spin and speed in the ball, which means that even if you just hit the ball slowly without using much power, you will create a very powerful shot. And this, on the other hand, makes that when you use a lot of power to attack it back, you will get a way too fast ball that's almost impossible to control and hit the table with. Here you can see when my opponent attacks against me and I use minimal power, and I still get a really powerful shot that's almost impossible to reach. The second mistake of this video that I'm very sure that you do sometimes, because everybody I see do these mistakes now and then, and it's to stand wrongly, so you get forced to reach for the ball. The second you reach for the ball, either that you try to hit it too far in front of you or too far at the side of you, you lose all the control over your shot. Some reasons for this is that when your arm is straight and far from the body, it loses the connection with the body, and your body is always the consistency and stability in your shots. So make sure to try to hit the ball quite close to your body, slightly in front of you, slightly to the side of you, and from the same distance of your body every time you make a counterattack. Counterattacks are definitely one of the most difficult table tennis shots to have good timing in. And the reason for this is, of course, that it's a lot of speed in the ball and you want to counter it with speed, or it's a lot of spin in the ball which can make the ball bounce up higher or sometimes dive down a bit. So how do we solve this? And what's the mistake I'm talking about? Okay, so the mistake number 3 is that you accelerate too early. What I mean with this is that you are quite far from the ball when you start to accelerating your shot. To solve this problem, I want you to search up the ball slowly every time you want to make a counterattack, and first, when the ball is really close to the racket, you make your shot and acceleration. If you succeed to wait until your racket is really close to the ball before accelerating when making a counterattack, you completely take away the risk to, for example, miss the ball or hitting the edge of your racket. And you raise the chance of you to hit the ball in the same way with a fresh, good quality every single time you make the counterattack. In mistake number 4, we keep on with the subject on why you time the ball wrong or hit the edge, for example, when you make your counterattacks. And this mistake is that you swing your arm backwards. Of course, it's a bit related with not accelerating too early, but it's still another mistake. So the 2 reasons why you should not swing your arm backwards when you make the counterattack is that 1, you lose a lot of time, which is devastating when you make a counterattack because your time is limited since you get a fast ball against you. And 2, as we talked about, the timing. If you swing back your arm, it's very far from the ball and your chance to time it correctly is very low. And the worst mistake you can make when you swing back your arm is to have your elbow behind your body. The second your elbow is behind your body, you lose all the connection between your racket, your arm, and the body. Your arm just becomes its own power, and this will destroy all your forehand shots if you make these mistakes, not only the counterattacks. Mistake number 5, and this one can be quite complicated. It is the angle of your racket. The reason why it's complicated is that if you have too closed racket, the chance that you hit the edge gets higher, but if you have too open racket, you will get a too flat hit and it will go out. So you need to have a quite close racket to get over the ball to create spin in the ball. The reason why this is so important is that it is already spin in the ball. So if you don't come over it and grip it yourself and create your own spin, your ball will most likely fly away. Another thing here with the racket angle is that you need to have different angle depending on where you want to make your shot. So for example, if you want to make a cross counterattack, you can have a neutral hand or even close it a bit and hit it on the side. While if you want to hit the counterattack straight down the line, you need to open up your hand but still be able to create your own spin in it. Before the last mistake, I can say that we are very proud to be sponsored by Stiga. And by using my code Maestos15, I will write it in the description too, you can get 15% discount on all their amazing material on stigasports.com. And the last mistake, mistake number 6, is about your feet. When we learn how to play forehand, we probably learn about something that's named forehand feet. We put our non-racket sided foot a little bit in front of the other one to be able to rotate the body and create more power. And nothing is wrong there. But when you're going to make a counterattack, most of the times you won't have the time to turn your body and turn your feet to make it. So when you make the counterattack, you really don't need to turn up your body and legs to create all this rotation from your body and get so much power, because you already have the spin and power in the ball. You just need to use what already exists. So if you get a really slow attack against you, it can of course be possible to make the rotation, stand with forehand feet and make it, but otherwise I really recommend you to keep your feet neutral. And if you still want to be able to rotate and get a lot of power, you can use something named step in instead. So here you can see me standing with neutral feet, ready for making my attack. And at the same time, as I start my movement, my left foot, since I'm right-handed, goes forward. And in this way, I create a rotation and power. Are you usually making any of these mistakes? I'm very happy to know about it in the comments, and like the video if you enjoyed it, so I can make more tutorials in the future.